Let's get started with approving the order of the agenda.
So move.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that is approved. The minutes of May's meeting.
Move approval?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, okay. That is the first time that I forgot my notes, because normally I always used to jumble that part up. So that was the first time, guys, that I did that. Yeah, thanks. Nailed it. It only
Hey,
took a,
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Okay, let's move on to Sunny with the staff report. Hi, Sunny.
Hello. So we have a few updates in your updates. So where it says Cheryl is hiring 2 pages for Maine, they're hired. They started yesterday. So we have 2 new pages here at Maine. And yes, our new technology assistant, LA3, started on the 17th. So we're very excited to have a full staff once again. We have a bunch of upcoming programs and events, so I won't go through them all because we'll be here all night. So check out our website because we have a lot going on. June 22nd, or I'm sorry, the 21st at 2 p.m., we're going to have the summer solstice scavenger hunt. So kids are going to learn about the summer and midsummer traditions around the world as they do a scavenger hunt. So all materials are going to be provided for that and no pre-registration is required. And then on the 21st at 1 p.m. at the main library, we're going to have a zoo visit. So that's going to be very exciting. So stop by anytime between 1 and 3. Come visit the animals, see what's up. Again, no pre-registration is required for that one.
Sunny, you said the 20. Oh,
24th.
you said the 21st. Is it the 20? Is that a date change? Because we have the 24th here.
Oh, I can't read apparently. It's the 24th.
It's the 24th.
It is
okay.
the 24th,
For anybody who wants
yes.
to go see zoo animals, just it's 24th.
Yes. And then June 28th at 2 p.m., we're going to have another gardening series for children. This one is called Ready, Set, Grow. So again, we're going to have a lot of hands-on activities for the children that day. So it should be really fun and dirty. And again, no pre-registration required. We've been really good about that. So come on by before they get all full. Teens, we have some new events going on for them. On the 20th at 2 p.m. at the Northport location, we are going to have spray tie-dye shirts. So don't have to bring anything, just come, get creative, make some cool shirts. And then we're also going to have 2 sessions of Galactic Glow games. That's going to be on the 25th at 2 p.m. at the Dr. James Carlson Library and June 27th at 2 p.m. at the Northport Library. So I don't know if you were familiar with our previous Glow games. They do blacklight. Everything is kind of set up that way. Betsy makes a really cool cornhole toss that glows in the dark. So it should be really fun. Come on by. And we're going to have cupcakes in Space Wars. So we're just going to decorate some cupcakes. We'll provide them, teens come in, decorate them, and that's going to be, we're going to have 2 sessions of that, July 9th at 2 p.m. at the Dr. James Carlson Library, and July 11th at 2 p.m. at the Northport Library. Bunch of things going on for adults as well. 22nd at 10 a.m. at the main library, we're going to start our Saturday movie marathon, and it's 70s sci-fi films. So everyone needs to come to that because I'm sure it's going to be amazing, and we will have free popcorn. So if that isn't enticing enough, I don't know what is. The 24th at 6:30 p.m., spruce up your space. So I'm sure that you are all familiar with Marie Kondo by now. So we're going to help KonMari up some spaces, and we're going to teach some things. No registration is required for that.
So no home visits. You guys aren't going to show
No
up.
home visits, I'm sorry.
No.
And don't bring your mountains of laundry into the library for that. We'll focus on some other things. We have a few introduction to meditation sessions coming up on June 20th at 10 a.m. and July 18th at 10 a.m. So keep an eye out for those. Skipping ahead, we kind of have some community events planned throughout the month, the next couple months, actually. June 18th, we will be at the Police Department City community picnic, and then on the 20th, chamber after hours. 23rd, we will be at Streets Alive, and then we will be at 2 Red River Market events, one on July 13th and the other on August 24th.
Today's the 18th.
Today's the 18th.
Yeah,
So every
okay.
time I've said
Yeah.
the 18th,
I'm
today,
Yeah.
come to our events.
I'll be heading to the police picnic immediately after.
Is that Island Park, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
And then, of course, we have our summer reading program going on right now. It's never too late to get started. Come on in, pick up if you're an adult, we just have the bookmark for you to fill out. Teens, again, just come in, fill out your sheet. Children's, you'll want to go visit our lovely children's department and pick up the pamphlet there, or I think you can go online and print it out from there and get started. And we're also still doing the history hunt, very popular. People seem to really love this event. If you haven't done it before, I advise everyone to, just because it gives you a good chance to look at some of the historic buildings in the downtown area, learn a little bit of history, and get some exercise in the lovely weather we've been having. Notable past programs and events. So on June 3rd, we had the Buzz Lightyear kickoff for the summer reading program. That was at all locations. In total, we had 763 people attend. So some big numbers. June 7th, Rockin' On and Spacing Out, we had 295 attendees. Our solar story times and crafts brought in 190 people. And then a sky full of stories. We've had a few sessions of those. The one at the Northport branch bringing in 43 people, and the one at the Carlson branch bringing in 24. Teen, we had a very successful Escape the Library event. It was another escape room. We had 3 sessions on the same day, and we had 32 teens come for that event. And the Constellation Lamps brought in 23 teens. For adults, we did have 23 attendees come to the Weather the Storm, how the 1957 Fargo tornado inspired a musical. We had 62 people show up for the May gardening series. We had 55 people come to the Chasing the Moon and Moon Rocks session, so that was pretty cool. And we had 75 people come to our family movie, How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. And then Melissa has included a new section on social media for the FPL. So right now we currently have 4,510, well, this has probably changed since last week, 4,510 likes on Facebook, 1,059 followers on Twitter, and 1,029 followers on Instagram.
Wow. Okay. Well, okay. Thanks, Sunny. Does anybody have any questions on the staff report? None. Well, as always, you guys are doing everything. Seems like literally everything. It seems like you guys are doing.
Yes,
so,
all of the things
yeah, all
we
the
are
things.
doing.
And lots of people are enjoying these things. So keep up the good work. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. Okay. So next we'll move on to Tim with the director's reports.
Yes, per your packet, looking at my report, you can see I met quarterly with some of the admin team. Do that on a quarterly basis to follow up on projects. The big meeting this past month in May on the 31st, of course, was the presentation of the library's 2020 budget with the city budget team. We had a very good conversation there. Went very well. Again, it's going to be a couple months to kind of sort out where that's going to go. So you see it there if you have any questions in regards to my report.
Any questions for Tim on all these events that he has been going to? No. Okay, should we move on to statistics?
Sure. Again, per your packet there, looking at attendance, year-to-date, we're down 4% over last year. Again, we're still suffering from days closed back in the winter time. Programming attendance, though, has been extremely strong, which isn't surprising if we listen to Sunny's report every month. So year-to-date, we're up 16% over last year in terms of programming, which is good because last year was a record year for attendance at library programs. Volunteer hours down 11 over last year, and internet sign-up down 14% over last year. Webpage hits this past month was up over last year, but year-to-date we're down 10% there. In terms of overall circulation, Year-to-date, we're up just a little over 4%, which is up 17,673 items over last year, year-to-date, which again last year was another record year in terms of circulation, so it's busy in that sense.
Any questions for Tim so far? I have one. When you look at I know percentages when stats are, depending how they're displayed, and percentages can be,
Deceiving.
well, especially the one of the youth programs up in Northport where there is a 23,675% increase in attendance, which is great, phenomenal. I don't think I've ever seen a percentage that big, but is there just
I think it's Crafternoons.
is that what's going on there? That everybody's,
Yeah, I think we've expanded Crafternoons to
Okay.
Northport.
it used to just be a Carlson. and-
Right, no, right. It used to be just at Carlson.
Yeah.
And thank goodness to the Friends and the hard work of the Children's Department, we've expanded it to Northport, and then you see the growth there.
Huge, yeah. Well, great, because yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of kids that are participating in that. Okay. And then one of the other stats was the adult paperbacks. That seems like it's been jumping. A lot of people are renting paperbacks all of a sudden.
Yep, they're grabbing them.
Yeah, why is that? It seems like it makes sense I know our electronic department is growing, but people are just,
I don't have any, it's something we can look into.
but, well, don't worry about that. It's
I
curiosity.
think it's the ease of it, and I think it's summertime, and,
Yeah.
I-
Well, it's great. Whatever the reason, it's great. But yeah, you always just hear about, libraries with the electronic stuff that's really people are, expanding into. So it's a resurgence of the old school paperback.
Well, I would also, along that same line to a certain degree, but certainly different, is the strength of the circulation of the children's collection.
Okay.
And, you guys certainly worked with us in eliminating fines on children's items. And I think that has really helped the circulation of children's items,
Okay.
which is great. Because in the end, the whole idea behind that was we want, with the investment and work that we do with the children's collection, we want it in the hands of the children.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a nickel and dime here, that's fine, but we'd rather have them have the books.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions on these stats so far? No. Okay. We can move forward.
Looking at financials, the donation summary, on the revenue side of unrestricted of $718, a number of different things. A patron that receives outreach services was very happy with it and gave us $5. And we received a $200 gift in memory of another patron, and someone who just kind of said keep the change at the circ desk when they're paying their fines of $13.40. And another donation of $500 by a family. On the restricted donations, the Friends, thank you very much to the Friends. That $5,789 is by the Friends for the Children's Summer Reading Program. The History Hunt, as Sunny was talking about, and we had other money that reallocated for the purchase of a train table. On the expenditure side, the $1,082, that again was the Friends with the helping of the 10-year anniversary of the opening of Maine, and that went very well. That was a wonderful event. On the programming, again, you see the $2,429. That's a little over $300 of that is Crafternoons. $455 is History Hunt. $1,280.10 for the 10-year author Kent Kruger author event that was absolutely jam-packed, standing room only, front to back. It was a hit. And the other is $357.66 also for some displays for the 10-year anniversary. That was the Friends, and additional monies expended on the train table. the 2,544, and that's, again, was the Friends for the prizes, which were books for the Children's Summer Reading Program. And the $30 down there is also from the Friends for staff recognition on a monthly basis. So the Friends are wonderful.
They are. Yeah, we relearn that every single month. And it's too bad we don't have somebody here from to thank them in person, but they're out there and I'm sure they're watching. So thank you, Friends. Okay, any questions for Tim so far on the finances or anything that we've covered? No. So
Just looking at year-to-date budget per the packet, you can see with 42% of the year expended through the end of May, we're just under 39% expended in terms of overall budget, so we're doing well there. Obviously, as we get farther in the year, we're looking at potential opportunities to utilize any balances that we might have. And revenue, you can see year-to-date through the end of May is just under $21,000.
that copier sure gets a lot of use, it looks like. Shocking. Okay. Anybody have questions on the finances? No. Okay, well, thanks, Tim. We don't, as mentioned, we don't have a friend of the library here, so we will skip that, and we will go on to, we were talking at last meeting about your guys' annual summer reading video, so without further ado, I hear we're getting a little preview of that video.
Oh, you're getting the whole thing.
Whole
actually.
thing.
You're getting the whole
kit
thing.
and caboodle, okay.
So yeah, so first I have to give a shout out to Sarah Nelson. She's one of our staff members. She's the one that writes, so this all comes out of her brain. She writes the script. She assigns the parts. She pretty much coordinates the whole thing. So Sarah Nelson is the one that does that. And then also a thank you to Brian and Derek here at City Hall for doing the filming and the editing and all of that fun stuff and the voiceover.
And this is Amber Emery, the head
Oh
of
yeah, I'm
Children's
Amber.
Department.
I'm the head of the children's department, so I don't want to take any credit for anything because I don't. This is not my.
She deserves a lot of credit.
The year,
Oh, and I should mention it's
2019.
our theme this year is
the
space.
place,
Okay.
the Fargo Public Library. The mission, to prepare for and successfully launch into Summer Reading Program 2019, a universe of stories.
Okay, folks, takeoff for the summer reading program is June 3rd. We've been working hard, but there's still a lot to do, and we want to make sure the launch goes smoothly. Remember, the stakes are high. Thousands of kids are relying on us to put the program into orbit smoothly. There's a lot of work to do, but we can do it if we come together. Come in, Craft Cosmos. Give us your status.
Mission control. We have all our craft ideas planned and we're cutting and sorting at a rapid pace. Take your moon cheese. Oh no! We are running low on Galaxy Blue construction paper. I repeat, we are running low on Galaxy Blue construction paper!
Copy that, Craft Cosmos. Steve, Galaxy Blue paper levels are less than optimal. Get more Galaxy Blue now.
More Galaxy Blue on the way, Craft Cosmos.
We're proceeding as expected for Craft Cosmos. Let's get an update on the solar schedule.
Well, as you can see, all 3 library locations are being used in the course of the summer reading program. Northport, Carlson, and the main library, with a launch date set for June 3rd and continuing at full speed until landing on August 10th. There's almost not enough days for all of the events, parties, crafts, and stories we have planned, but we'll manage them all. Wait, I'm getting word that the moon rocks are a go. We'll have moon rocks available to view at the library from June 6th through 7th.
Copy that, solar schedule. What a great opportunity for the kids to view real moon rocks from NASA. Moving on to stories and songs. Now I should mention we have a special team of extraterrestrial librarians working on our stories and songs for this year. Stories and songs, come in. Stories and songs, come in. We seem to have lost you. Can we get a visual?
Yes, coming in loud and clear, Mission Control. Sorry we could not hear you at first. We were singing very loudly.
We have been learning and researching all the new space songs and stories that we can. And we will be ready for takeoff.
Copy that, stories and songs. Sounds like you're proceeding as expected. Planet Prizes, what's your status?
Well, it's a whole new world this summer for prizes. We've recalibrated our logs, and for every 5 hours you read, kids can earn a planet pin. And you read to collect the entire solar system, and you can put it on your new bag. Once they read 20 hours, they'll be awarded a free book. And every time they earn a prize, they'll get a chance to win the grand prize. Our team is on schedule for all prizes ready to go.
Will teens, adults, and pre-readers be able to read for prizes too?
Yes, all prize systems are a go.
Copy that, Planet Prizes. Planet Prizes is proceeding as expected towards liftoff. We'll hear from our other teams if we have time. But now everybody, back to your stations. We're getting close to liftoff.
Fargo Public Library Children's. Copy that. When's the first event? June 3rd. We'll have a blast-off event called To Infinity and Beyond at all 3 library locations.
Fargo Public Library Children's. Well, this isn't Houston, but I'm sorry you're having a problem. Let's see if we can figure out a solution.
Fargo Public Library Children's. Good question. Affirmative. We have reading logs for pre-readers ages 0 to 3 and another log for older kids from 4 to 12.
This is the Children's Department. Actually, the summer reading program is totally free to take part in. Yes, and kids can even shuttle to the library for free if they take the bus.
Okay, everyone, prepare for a great summer reading program. All systems ready for takeoff. Start the countdown.
T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to a universe of stories at the Fargo Public Library this summer.
So yeah, you see some familiar faces in there.
Yes.
As you can see, Sonny was a part of it.
Yep.
We roped him into it. There's Cindy Mason, Cindy Ludahl, Sarah Nelson, Lauren Johnson, myself. We're all in the children's department, but then Melissa Duncan also participated, Christina Freitag, Andy Gustafson, Steve Hubbard. I'm trying to think, is there anyone else?
Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa Duncan, yep. So they all kind of got roped into being a part of it. So what we do with this is, this year actually was the first year that we sent teachers and librarians a link so that they could just use the link. In the past, we've sent out actual DVDs. So this year, what we do is we send them out to all of the Fargo public schools, as well as any other schools that have requested it, like Oak Grove and other schools like that. And we do get a lot of kids who will come in and they'll say, I saw you at the video, and so that's always fun to know that they've heard that. This year, the one thing that we're really excited about, as you know, our theme this year is space because of the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, one of the things that we decided to do differently this year than we have in the past year is instead of offering just prizes, we kind of switched it around and we're offering the pins so that they can collect all of the pins. They get a bag, that's their first prize and has a sun on it. And then as they read, for every 5 hours they read, they get to collect another planet pin. So of course, you know, working on that thing about kids and how they like to collect full sets of things. We're hoping that that kind of is an incentive for them to keep reading. Sunny mentioned the rocking out, or the spacing out and rocking on. I can't remember what it's called. That was actually our Moon Rocks program. It was crazy. It was very busy, very well attended. Though I will say the Moon Rocks themselves were like this. Like they were tiny. They were so little, but it was a really exciting program, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed. We had a lot of just adults who came who just wanted to see them too. So.
Wow. Does anybody have any comments or questions?
Impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I do have a concern, which is just that once Steven Spielberg catches wind of this, are we going to have any staff left and he cherry picks all our
He might
actresses and actors?
snap Sarah up, maybe.
Yeah, or all of you. I mean, there's Academy Award winning performances in that.
I will say this is probably one of the first years where I'm not just like, oh, am I watching this again? So yes, it is a lot of fun to do every year. And like I said, Sarah does a great job of coming up with the ideas. And like I said, kids will come up to us and say, oh, I saw you in a video, you were this or you were that. So it is a lot of fun to do.
You guys are signing autographs, I'm sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, wonderful. Thank you. That was.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad we added that to the agenda. That is always a fun thing to watch each summer. Okay, so new business. Tim is going to talk to us about corporate sponsorship ad hoc committee.
Right. As you remember, we brought to the board just the idea of us moving forward for corporate sponsorship, focusing on both the Fall Jazz Series and One Book, One Community. And we're currently working on that, refining the process and identifying potential partners in that regard. And I was hoping that in a real informal way, I could get some assistance from some board members. And just to be clear, I don't see the ad hoc committee, I don't see a bunch of really formal meetings and so us at this certain time. What I'm looking for is once we, on our side, the staff side, identify what, through the research, potential companies or partners in this regard, that I'll set up a time to whoever is part of the ad hoc committee to go and meet with you, idea brainstorming in terms about those companies, potential contacts, and just how we begin the conversation potentially with them. So just to give you so you don't have pause about participation, I see I'll be coming at your convenience to come and meet with you and have those discussions. So I see it as a real informal thing, but I think it's really helpful to have, and another aspect of it as we develop the discussion or the ask to the companies, if there's, a connection through somebody or that you'd add your verbiage to the letter or what have you, that is also a potential. So that's what I'm thinking in terms of what I'm looking for, just the participation or assistance from this ad hoc committee. So if folks are interested, it'd be great. This is our first time. We're in the process right now, really refining, obviously, our approach, kind of what we're looking at. And, but certainly once we have that first draft list or whatever, I'd like to meet whoever's on the committee and just start to begin those brainstorming process towards that ask. And again, we don't see doing this through this current fiscal year, calendar year, because we got a long ways to go. We want to do it right. So, that's what I'm asking for, and you guys can decide how you want to do it or who wants to be part of it. But that's kind of what we're looking for from the board on this.
Sure. Does anybody have questions for Tim on what this ad hoc committee entails, or what it? Jan has a question?
Sure.
Congratulations. I think that's a great idea, just a way to expand the brains behind your position. I guess my question or my concern is, would you be willing to add members of the community that aren't on the board? Or are you looking for simply board members to participate?
I'm not opposed to community folks too. But my first ask is with the board, obviously. And I think if that's a pathway to other folks, then that's wonderful.
Could you speak to a little bit who you envision on like what kind of qualities you envision for somebody on the board, like somebody who's probably connected to, community groups and businesses around town?
Yeah, if you know folks, that just start with that simple conversation. That would be helpful. That's some real basic stuff. Yeah, you know folks around the community, business folks, non-business folks, whoever, because as I've worked on our group that's working on it, I think it's just so important just by doing this to get to know more, that we as an organization have a better connection out in the community too. So I guess from the board standpoint, I would say if you have connections in the community, certainly on the business side or the non-business side or whatever, yeah, that would be helpful in terms of this conversation.
And for any community people listening or watching this meeting at home, same would be for them.
Sure.
So, okay, what other questions do people have for Tim on this topic?
Are you just following up with people are you looking for membership now, or are you just?
I am looking for, identified folks now, if we could.
It's an
on
action
the board side, it's
Okay.
an action item.
So to put you all on the spot right now.
Just follow up with me, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like behind like 4 meetings, so we'll just like make this.
Okay.
That's why I figure, busy people, and I can adjust my schedule to it, and it'd be better to do it that way.
Yep.
Great.
Happy to help.
Okay. Is anybody else interested?
I'll help.
Okay.
Hi, Mary.
Well, I think we all should.
Do you want to?
Just make it the board an extra participation, yeah.
I can meet with whoever. That's great. That's fine.
Okay.
You're volunteering everyone?
Well, I'm encouraging everyone to
Throw us all in there.
Yes, okay. But I'm perfectly willing.
Yeah, okay. Well, so how do we do this as an action item? We got Betsy shaking her head, wondering.
Is it support of like the establishment or Tim to pursue an ad hoc committee?
Okay.
Is that?
We could go that.
Establish.
Okay.
Per the bylaws, it's that ad hoc committees can be established at a board meeting, essentially.
Okay, so we don't have to lock in. It's encouraged
Need a
that we all
motion?
try to.
I think so.
Go for it.
Motion to establish an ad hoc committee at Tim's discretion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
That wasn't hard.
Done and done. Great. Okay, well, stay tuned for how that develops. It's an exciting opportunity to really try to, we're venturing into new territory with the library here in this regard. So it's exciting to try something new. So great. Okay, next is public comment, and we have our 3 staff and 0 public. One day, though, we will. I'm certain somebody will show up, but not today. So I don't want to adjourn just yet. This is Mary's last meeting. So thank you for 5.5 years of service.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Well, thank you. I've enjoyed being on this board.
yeah. Yep, it's great that you have donated your time to this, and you're an active part of this board, and the last 6 years have been, there's been big things happening at the library,
Oh,
and
yes.
you've been a part of that.
It's been exciting.
Yeah, so we hope to see you still around at.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, we will. Okay,
You will.
good.
Feel free to join the corporate sponsorship ad hoc committee.
No, as a community member, yes.
Citizen at large.
Yeah, exactly. Or the friends, because they're always looking for
Sure,
folks.
yeah.
So, but anyway, okay. Well, so thank you,
thank
Mary.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So now we'll be down to 1 Mary. So,
Okay.
yeah, I won't be
We'll have to
sandwiched
replace
between
her with
the
a
two
Mary.
Marys. Yeah, and so there's an opening then
I was
for
going
the
to
board.
say, do we have a vacancy that we should encourage people to apply for?
We
or-
would have a vacancy. So
Okay.
if folks are listening and would like to sit right here, then please put your name in the hat. So big shoes to fill though. So okay. So on that note, our next regular meeting is July 16th, and we are adjourned.